it's just an ongoing battle really. Resistance is building up with chemicals and everything, so we're starting to have to look for different ways of controlling it.
It's a massive challenge. It's something we've got to face sort of head on. You can't just sit and think there's going to be an answer from a chemical can. Where you have blackgrass, you either take a decision to burn that crop off, and obviously you've spent a lot of money developing that crop, so to burn it off is pretty heartbreaking.
Yeah, it costs a lot of money actually if you get big problems. I mean, you'll either end up growing a crop and having less yield, or you'll end up having to put fallows in, which it's just land not being used to produce any food.
Blackgrass is a huge issue across large parts of the country now, and we've been working with farmers in trial situations to try and find solutions to their problems. It's clear that to achieve a good level of blackgrass control, we really need an integrated approach. That might involve fallowing some really bad blackgrass fields, so not growing a crop, but clearly that's a difficult business decision. Spring cropping is another good option. Delayed drilling is another good integrated approach, but it becomes risky across the whole farm, delaying drilling to later in the autumn and finding that winter comes a bit early. So next in line, perhaps competitiveness of the crop, and that's what we've been looking at here at the Newark Innovation Centre. We've got plots of wheat where we have applied lots of herbicide to these plots, but we're obviously still struggling with multiple resistance mechanisms within the herbicide groups that we're using. Growing wheat with this blackgrass burden is not sustainable, and we can see in these plots that the wheat is also not competitive enough to get ahead of the blackgrass. A step up is growing barley. So the barley plots here, there's less blackgrass in there, similar herbicide program, less blackgrass because barley is more competitive. But in terms of the most competitive cereal crop, we're seeing HYVIDO hybrid barley. There is some blackgrass within the HYVIDO plots, but it tends to be smaller heads, less mature, and clearly there's going to be much less seed return. We're really excited by the results so far, and these are being backed up by independent testing ongoing this season.
In this particular trial we have 6 hybrid barley varieties, we have 1 conventional barley variety, and then I guess as a point of reference we have a winter wheat variety. We've chosen Gallant as our reference variety. Gallant is a variety which tends to be amongst the more competitive winter wheat varieties in our previous year's trialling, and you can see just by looking at the plots, even though we've used a relatively high herbicide input across the whole trial, we've got significant seed return. And then of course the step change that we talk about by switching from wheat to barley, we have KWS Glacier, the only example in this trial of a conventional non-hybrid barley, and you can see straight away that by moving from wheat to barley we've got a very significant reduction in the number of blackgrass heads. And then I guess the next point to look at is some hybrid barley plots. In this case probably the one to settle on is the volume. Again, we've had another improvement in terms of reducing blackgrass seed return. There's no doubt blackgrass plants are still there, but as you can see now we're beginning to see these stunting effects, this later maturity, this effect where we think that as well as the effect on the number of heads, we're seeing a reduction in the number of viable seed per head. If you're thinking about crop choice as a way of competing with blackgrass, if you're looking at winter barleys, we see the effects of HYVIDO can be significant. I think the key for us is to get some empirical data to get that information out so that farmers can make some decisions on the basis of it.
I think the hybrid barley looks very promising solution. I think it fits the bill for a lot of people. That people growing second wheats, it's a good alternative to that.
Yeah, I'm very impressed with the volume. I've grown some for a couple of years, and we're seeing a difference at home as well.
Just the visual reduction in blackgrass heads is very impressive. Last
year we grew it for the first time, and it went well actually. You can see the benefits really well.
It has just been some of the most visible, some of the most exceptional results that we've seen over the last few years.